Yeah, so we're gonna talk about disassociating first because this is something I feel like I haven't specifically talked about. This was take a step back in time. This was 2020, 2021, sometime around then. I was getting more and more. I was being more learned on mental health and all that kind of stuff. And so I wanted to try to go to therapy and try to figure out some of my problems, get some of my stuff worked out. One of the other reasons I wanted to go was because I knew that I was dealing with this problem called depersonalization. Essentially what it is have you ever, like, let's say in school or at work, kind of disassociated, where you're kind of there but not really there? You feel like you're not really like in control of your body, you're just kind of going through the motions. That's what disassociating is. That's the feeling of you're there but not really there. You're in control for the most part, but it kind of feels like you're, not really all there. You're kind of in a fog, in a cloud. Usually you kind of come out of it and you kind of go back to normal. However, for me, I am disassociating all the time. All the time. I am always in it. I'm essentially disassociating 24/7. And if I think about it too hard, I start to I kind of start to trip, and I start to go a little, I start to go a little crazy if I think about it too hard, because I start to kind of run up to the question about whether or not I am actually in control of my body and who is actually controlling my body. I don't think about that very specifically because I don't want to go crazy. And this is a legitimate problem I have to deal with. And I think what will happen sometimes is how I respond to certain situations. A lot of the time gets tempered because of this. I don't necessarily confront. It's kind of weird because sometimes I will react to situations in a way that probably normal people would, where they get upset, they get mad, they whatever. Usually for me though, I just kind of just take it, right? I just kind of take it. I'm like, oh, okay. And I don't really know how to approach it, because it's I don't really feel like I'm even there in the first place. So how am I supposed to react to, X thing happening? Like someone gets hurt or some bad thing happens or this or that. It's strange trying to figure out how to react in a way that feels significant or feels like it should fit the moment, even though it's I'm just basically not there. I'm not there, right? I'm just not there. So I can't react like what a normal person would. And so on one hand, I think this is not good, because sometimes depending on what's happening to what kind of person, what my relationship is with them, I should be reacting in a more compassionate way. But because I'm disassociating constantly, I'm not. And I do think this is the problem. And I try to make sure that I do it in a proper way where I'm being compassionate. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. So yeah, I try to, when I'm reacting to certain people, I try to make sure I'm being as compassionate as I can, even though inside it just doesn't really feel that way. Yeah, so I try to be a bit more compassionate with people, especially when a situation occurs. But sometimes, recently, I won't go into it. It doesn't matter. I had a situation happen where I felt like I wasn't being compassionate enough, but I wasn't really sure how to be as compassionate as I could be, because I'm kind of not really there. It's not really happening to me. But even when situations happen to me, it's just trying to give the appropriate response that people feel like I should have. I don't know. It's strange. It's a weird feeling, but I will say, this disassociating constantly. Yeah, so it does kind of help with compartmentalization, and it kind of helps with not really having to like think too hard about stuff and like deal with emotions, which, you know, isn't good because they are still affecting me, but it's not, I don't really register it. I mean, I just kind of move past it. And like, you know, don't get me wrong, you know, stuff I'll still get upset. I'll still, you know, feel everything, but like sometimes it like takes a while. It's like delayed, right? Sometimes it's like delayed by a couple days. It's kind of weird. It really is kind of weird. And so I guess it helps with that. It helps with like being when things are happening and like bad things are happening, it does kind of help with, I don't know, being like rational about stuff, which, you know, I don't if that's good or bad. Yeah, it's annoying. And the like the thing is, and the my therapist that I talked to at the time, you know, I basically just straight up asked them, like, hey, is this something I can like eventually get over with? Or is this something I just kind of have to keep living with? And the answer is I just gotta live with it. Which is cool. That's awesome. I love that. Yeah, that's awesome. That's great. So, you know, I what I don't know. So I just deal with it, and it makes me the unique person I am today. It fills in my it fills in my stained glass portrait of myself.